Hello, in this video I want to talk about narcissists, but more importantly, how I can help you if you in your life are dealing with a narcissist, especially one that you cannot get away from, such as a parent or maybe you have a child with a narcissist. So the main thing I want to get across to you right away is that it's going to be okay, and I'm going to give you a lot of helpful advice, and I'm here for you. My name is Vanessa. I'm a healer, a light worker, and I'm here to help you. So let's talk about first some of the characteristics about a narcissist so you can identify if that is in fact what you are dealing with. So the main thing about narcissists is that they have this grandiose sense of importance and everyone else is below them and not important. And you will often hear them talking really, really highly about themselves and really, really poorly about everyone else. Everyone else is not as smart as them, not as good as them, and all things like that. But what's really happening with the narcissist is that they don't feel good. Actually, they have a deep-seated need to feel good because early on in their childhood, their needs were seriously not met by their caregivers. They did not feel seen, heard, understood, safe, or guided. None of their needs were met. And they have a deep-seated need to be seen as good. So this is the other characteristic. They are desperately always, this is why they're always talking about themselves in such a high manner. They need people to see them as good. And they are excellent manipulators and pathological liars, meaning that they actually do believe the lies that they're saying. So this person, another characteristic is that they are constantly telling lies. You might catch them highly exaggerating things or distorting things. They often manipulate with distortion and they are gaslighters. So what that means is that they're going to try to convince you that what you think that happened didn't happen, what they said they didn't say, all kinds of things like that. They're really going to be excellent manipulators. And they are going to they don't take no very well either. And oftentimes if you say no to a narcissist, they will follow that up with some sort of punishment, some way that they're going to hurt you for saying no. So narcissists can be really dangerous. So first of all, if you think that you're in a relationship with a narcissist, and the last thing I want to say about narcissists real quick is that they do not care. Don't try to reason with a narcissist. They are not ever going to have empathy for you. They want a lot of empathy. They need attention. They need to be the hero of the story often, and they will often create situations where they can be the hero. So don't try to reason with a narcissist. Don't try to have an adult conversation with this person. So if you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you can get out, just get out. But I do want to say that this is not a time for you to have morals and sit down and have a private conversation with this person, which at this point I'm sure you've had many, many, many conversations with the person. And what happens is when you finally break up with a narcissist, they're surprised. They're like, wait, you've suddenly dumped this on me. Well, really you haven't. You've been telling them about how you haven't been happy and you have been voicing your opinion, but again, they're going to gaslight you and this is going to be a sudden thing and they're going to get really upset. So this isn't a time for you to be a person with morals. This is a time for you to think about yourself. So don't, like I said, we're not going to reason with a narcissist. That is never going to happen. They are never going to care about your best interest and they are never going to see things from your side. It's not going to happen. So go with your family, go with a friend, get your stuff, and then write them a note. This isn't a time to be a good person. This is time for your safety. So what if you can't get rid of the narcissist? Like I said, if it's a parent of yours, or maybe you have a child with a narcissist and you're not together. So there's all kinds of things that you can do to help yourself and to take your power back. And you really want to do all of these things because a narcissist will lose its power over you once you do the things I'm about to tell you. So one, you need to really evaluate who you are. You need to really get to know yourself, your flaws, and the things that you're good at. And your flaws, you need to accept them, or change them, and really be okay with whatever your decision is, keeping in mind that no people are flawed. In fact, this narcissist has many flaws themselves, but they are great manipulators. So you need to figure out yourself and really get to know yourself, who you are. You need to become grounded in who you are and really comfortable with who you are, because a classic sign of narcissist, a classic behavior from them is to try to trigger you. And they're going to trigger you for two different reasons. One is because they need to feed their own pain body. They need to get a reaction out of you. They have felt a complete loss of control from their young childhood age, and really they do still feel that, a complete loss of control. So in a way to survive this, they need to exert control over you. And they're going to do this by triggering you. They're going to do this to exert the emotion out of you, the rise. They often are great at getting to know you really well. So they're going to know exactly what to say, your wounds. They're going to use all the things that you've shared with them, and they're going to use those things against you. So it's going to be really hard for you, but it is possible. It is possible to deal with this, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. So one of the things that you need to do is, like I said, get to know yourself, flaws and all. Really take a good look at yourself. And then you need to go in and heal your own wounds, your own childhood wounds. Think of all the painful memories that you have, all your own situations that you've had as a child, and you need to go in and do the inner child work. I do have a video you can watch titled Inner Child Work, and I'll tell you all about that in that video. Because we need to make it so that you are not triggered by this person. And like I said, they know what to say. They know exactly what to say. And not only do they need to do this to control you, they're going to use this against you to prove that you really are the bad person that they're saying you are. So you absolutely cannot be triggered by this person. And there's many, many different ways that you can do this, but the main one and most important one is to heal your wounds so that they're no longer there to be triggered. Because if you have open wounds, childhood wounds, then it's going to be really easy for this person to poke at you with the knowledge that they have about you. The more that this person knows you, the easier it's going to be. And often narcissists are very intelligent, and the more intelligent they are, the more dangerous they are. So you're going to go and do this inner child work, and then we're going to learn about emotions, okay? So emotions are energy, and when you feel triggered by someone, by something someone says, and if this is coming from a narcissist, you can be sure that this is on purpose. So you want to do that. You want to step outside of yourself, realize that you have a wound that has now been triggered, and exactly what the person wanted to happen has happened. You have been triggered, and now you're emotional. But you must not react. And what we're going to do is work on getting you to a place where you naturally don't react, because you are healed from your wounds, you know who you are, flaws and all, and you love that person. And also, we're going to work on becoming emotionally intelligent. I do have a video called Emotional Intelligence. So you are going to work on your own emotions and realizing that when you have an arise of an emotion, that it is an energy and it is going to pass. And we're not going to give in to this person, okay, because this is their drama. Often you'll be at a complete place of calm, and then in comes the narcissist, and they're triggering you on purpose to use against you or to gain control and power over you. And we're not going to let that happen. So I want you to practice quieting your ego. I have many videos on ego. You want to go into nature as much as possible. You want to learn how to quiet your mind through meditation. So this is a lot of work I'm giving you, but oftentimes when narcissists come into our lives, that is because we are a person who is not in our power. We do not understand our worthiness. We do not understand that we are worthy of respect and people treating us well. We often have a lot of childhood wounds ourselves, and we are often empaths. So we are really feeling other people's energy, and we're really sensitive to the way other people treat us. This is the perfect match for a narcissist. So oftentimes when we do have a narcissist come into our life, it is because we need to step into our power. We need to figure out our worthiness, because really, in all actuality, no other person is more or less worthy than any other person. So you are going to really have to dig deep and find your worthiness in any way you can. You are being called for a massive self-work on yourself. inner child work, find your worthiness, learn about gaslighting, learn about narcissists, and go into nature and learn how to meditate. This is a lot of assignments, but this is what you need to do. And you also need to do some documentation. So if you have a person that is trying to use things against you, you want to document all of your conversations with this person. And if this is a parent, this is a really hard situation. Know that this will pass. First, I want to say that make active plans for this. Whenever you get to an age that you can leave your parents' house, you do want to do that as soon as possible, because this is a toxic relationship. So you want to be keeping a goal in mind. And I know that it's really hard. If you do live with this person as a parent, it's really, really, really difficult. So this is when you really need to focus on your own self-worthiness, because this person is going to try to make you feel like crap, like you are not worthy, like you are a bad person. You are bad. They need to be good, and therefore you need to be bad so that they can be good. This is how they're thinking. So you need to focus on your own self-worth, so that when they're giving it to you, it's almost like there's going to be a force field around you, okay? And you are going to be, it's going to be bouncing off. And this is going to take work, all the work that I just told you, all the assignments. You must do them. You must do them. Also, if you are a person who maybe has a child with a person who is a narcissist, I want you to get a lawyer already on hand. So I want you to look around. You can get a consultation in most places for about $150. Save up for this consultation. It's worth your money, because you need to know your rights for whatever state that you live in. It's really important that you know your rights, and that you know whatever situations come up, you want to ask as many questions about how that would go in court, and what your rights are. And also, don't just take any lawyer. Really look at reviews and find a good lawyer. And have this person already on reserve, because when you're upset if something happens to you, or you're being accused of something, this isn't a time where you're going to want to be having that energy to put in and look for a lawyer. You're going to want to already have one already set up. So narcissists, let's just have a moment to have a little compassion for narcissists. It's really hard, because like I said, they don't care about you. They're severely wounded though. So if we can just have a little compassion for them, and know that their childhoods were extremely hurtful. Like I said, none of their needs were met. They felt completely out of control, completely unsafe, and completely bad. So that is a really, if you can almost picture this child this person, when you look at them, picture them as that small child. This is always an exercise that helps me to deal with really difficult people. I imagine them, the scared child that they have still inside of them, because even though this person is still grown, they haven't dealt with their wounds. And that small scared child is still in there, and he's actually running the show, okay? So this is one way that you can try to have compassion for them, is you can just imagine them, this innocent child as they were, and they got a bad hand. They were not cared for in any way near the way that they needed to be. And they are still people too. And like I said before, how no person is more or less worthy than another. That also includes the narcissist, right? So the more love that we can find in general for ourselves and for this person, the better we will be, and the more healing we will have. So go into meditation and focus on love, and learn as much as you can about all of the things that I'm saying to you. Watch as many videos about this as you can. Learn about meditation. Really dive into this, because like I said, when you have a narcissist in your life, it is a calling for you to step into your power. You are a powerful, powerful being when you know that. And when you know that you are worthy of respect and love, and that you are not bad. And as much as this person is going to want to make you feel bad, it just isn't true. We are all flawed as humans. So you are not perfect. They are not perfect. You will never be perfect. So get out of your head whatever it is that they're putting on your head, that you are this or you are that. You really want to just imagine them as like a tornado of chaos, right? And just almost look at them in awe, like, wow. And when they come at you, see if you can step away, like see if you can be the person observing the tornado, and just really refuse to get involved in it. And like I said, this is going to anger the narcissist, but the more that you do this and the more that they realize that they're not going to be able to trigger you, which you will have to do the healing for this to happen. But once they realize that you have stepped into your power, that you know that you're worthy, you know your rights when it comes to anything in particular that you need to know, and that you are not going to get involved, you refuse to. You can simply say things when they come at you and say, I can see that you're really upset right now, but I'm not going to get involved because over here I'm feeling really good, I'm feeling really calm. Because they have a distorted view of reality. They are looking through reality through the lens of their wounds, through the lens of them being that small child. So they often have a really distorted view of what's actually happening and of who you are in general. So you just don't want to get involved. Stay in your calm place. And this is why it's really important for you to work on being a calm person. And so also be really careful that you can't trust this person. So you're not going to want to take any risks around this person. You would never drink alcohol around this person. I actually don't recommend that you drink alcohol anytime. But what I'm saying is you can't let your guard down around this person. This is a person that will jump when they see you weak. This is a person that will kick you when you're down. And this is a person that will kick you to get you down. So but they're not going to, their words are going to be different. They're master manipulators, and they can be very, very charming. People will find them very charming, and at the beginning, they can be super charming. So don't kick yourself if you wind up in a relationship with someone like this, and you're like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? Well, they're master manipulators, and they're very charming. They know exactly what to say to you to make you feel good at first, and to get you to enter into a relationship with them. So let yourself off the hook for that completely. And yeah, so don't buy into what they're saying and really just refuse. Once you do all this work that I've told you to do, they'll come at you with their tornado of chaos, and you can observe it in awe as wow, and actually consciously decide not to engage in it. You can understand fully about the narcissist what I told you, that they want to control you. They want to make you feel like crap. They want to make you bad so they can be good, and they need to be the hero of this story, of their own movie. Okay, so you just refuse to participate. And this is a really difficult situation. So I just want to pour some love on you right now. I just love you so much. You are lovable. You are loved. You are worthy of respect and of being treated with respect. Okay, everyone is. You are worthy. So I beg you to find your worthiness, to step into your power, and to seek out any ways that you can to do that, and to focus on love. Focus on love. So I hope this was useful. Watch us again and again, because you need to do all the things I said. This is going to be a really hard road for you until you do those things, until you heal your wounds. That's number one. And until you find your worthiness. You need to do that, and until you learn about emotions more. I speak about emotions so much in my videos, and about thoughts and how to detach from that and to question them. So you should always question your emotions and your thoughts. You never take them at face value. We often have thoughts and emotions that are not real and that are distorted, and that we are also looking through a lens of wounds, just like the narcissist is always looking at life through the lens of his wounds, his or her wounds. So I love you so much, and I can't wait to connect with you soon. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.